Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
I'll eat your ass.
All right, let's get it, guys.
Blast from the past.
Yeah, off panel, off topic, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
It's gonna be a fun episode.
Is it gonna be a fun episode?
Well, it's gonna be fun for me because I'm gonna have, we're gonna be talking about Venom, the first, the 2018 movie.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be talking about that, and
I still think you live right next to a movie theater because when we were talking about
I do.
Carnage,
Yeah. It's pretty much the same distance from where I was.
the Palms.
Yeah, I'm not that far from it. I am. Well, we're gonna go see Venom: Let There Be Carnage this weekend. We're gonna do a podcast right after, but
We're gonna do a double date podcast.
in order to do that, I found out that Tyler has not seen the first Venom movie.
Yes, I was waiting for it to be free, so I didn't have to pay for it.
And I have it on I had it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I just spoiler alert. I'm glad I waited for it to be free.
And I want to be clear. Yes, I'm that guy. I have Venom on fucking Blu-ray, unapologetically. By the way,
I will say this: like it's, I use the word. What did I use the term like slog of shit or something?
Yeah.
It wasn't that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't that.
Just
bad.
a quick note. It's gonna look like we've had 3 episodes this week. Reality, we only had 2. I just couldn't get the episode recorded on Friday posted in time.
Reality sometimes doesn't go.
If you guys don't know, I'm living in a new place.
Dreams.
I know I've mentioned it a few times. So I have to. I'm getting internet as we speak on this recording. So we will have 2 episodes this week because we'll have this one and then we'll have the Venom Let There Be Carnage review. But that's strictly going to be the review.
He's behind the couch.
Go. Also, my dog is in the studio as per usual. Wouldn't be a podcast if the dog didn't interrupt it.
Here he is. Yeah, he's fine.
All right.
Puppy.
So we're going to talk about the first Venom because Tyler hasn't seen it. We're going to talk about
I watched most of it
Dog the Bounty Hunter because I know that we mostly focus on comic books and comic book TV and movies or whatever. We still do pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
And the Gabby Petito case is interesting. It's tragic.
It has stirred up a lot of debates about a lot of different things.
I would say exploitive. For sure, very exploitive.
The TikTok psychics who are like, I can feel her.
Well,
like,
and
piece of shit.
just how this shit gets covered. It's the same. It's like.
By the way, has our audience heard anything about the thousands of indigenous children's bodies that they found in
the
Canada
mass graves?
under schools?
The mass graves.
I bet you haven't heard shit about that, have you? No, but Gabby Petito's on 24/7.
Well,
and her death is tragic. I'm not.
No, yeah, we're not trying
to
to minimize that.
No.
And no, we're not doing that.
Anyway.
Anyway. Any Hoosiers.
No.
That's
No
going to be a
Hoosiers.
frame. Why not?
Because Hoosiers. The movie.
What do you have against Indiana? You fuck. There, I said it.
Well, just catering to the
Before-
all-powerful Indiana lobby, aren't you?
Before we get there,
You fucker.
we don't do this very often, but what are you watching right now? Are you reading what's other than comic books? What are you getting into?
Well, I had heard about this thing called Star Wars Visions, which I don't know if you'd heard about or not.
I know what it is, but again, I haven't had internet for like a week.
Which sucks because and you haven't seen yesterday's What If, have you?
Go. No, I haven't.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
Well, I haven't even seen the Party Thor one. Either. I haven't seen the last 2.
Okay, well that's fine, but
You're not really spoiling it because it's What If. It's
No,
its
no.
own thing.
I'm once you see the
Well,
this
I know
week's
what it
episode-
is. It's Ultron.
Yeah, okay, well just calm down.
I know what it is.
Don't-
Ultron gets the Infinity Stones.
Don't be all like that.
All right, continue.
I wish we were
Star Wars Visions.
So
Jesus
Star Wars
Christ, Did you
Visions-
hear that? I almost said Star Trek.
Star Trek Versions is a anthology series. It's a anime anthology series. If you remember the Animatrix, I want to say it came out right around the same time as the second Matrix sequel. And the Animatrix was, I think, 4 or 5 different short. It wasn't necessarily anime, but it was definitely 5.
There's
animated.
also
This is straight up anime, dude. The Jedis act like samurai.
well, I was gonna say it's kind of like Batman Gotham Knights, because that was an anthology of anime for Batman.
I don't really like Batman, so.
Well, I'm just saying there's precedent.
Well,
you know what I'm
all
trying to say.
comic book companies and things have dabbled in anime for a while. There was like an anime X-Men series,
Iron Man, Blade, even
both comic book and cartoons, and they were mixed as far as successful to me. I've seen all of them. Not every episode of everyone, but I've seen episodes of everyone. And, so they've all dabbled in this, and it's a great thing because anime creators think so much differently than Western creators do.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a totally different culture.
Well, there's an overarching culture to the writing that we don't have here. And so it's all I got to say is just watch. They're all mixed. You know, again, I wouldn't give every one of them a 5 out of 5. The first one I will.
There's 9 of them, right?
Yeah, there's one.
And they're all up on Disney Plus.
Yeah. There's one where there's a hut who runs away to join a band.
Huh.
And it's really interesting because they play at the Bonda or the.
They play at the Cantina?
No, they play at the whatever when they had the pod race. What's that called? This Bonda.
I don't
whatever. They played that though, and it's really interesting. And every one of them has different styles, and every one of them has different stories. You know, interestingly, almost every single one has a whole deal with lightsabers. Like, lightsabers are a central theme to every one of these. Like, seriously. You'll know what I mean once you see them. But it's cool because I don't know if it's necessarily any of its canon, but that's the cool thing about Star Wars, and that's the cool thing about letting people play in that sandbox the way they want to instead of the bullshit sequel trilogy we got. This stuff blows that shit out of the water, dude. It's like, what? Yeah. Why didn't you hire these guys, you know? But it's really, really good. Disney Star Wars, I've heard I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if 5 years after the last one, they're just going to reboot the whole. I mean, that seems kind of premature. I mean, I would maybe just hire a couple of really good directors, like 2 or 3, and say, we're going to give you almost carte blanche to make the next sequel trilogy. We would like you to have these characters in it. Other than that, fucking go nuts.
Yeah.
Seriously. You know how much better Star Wars would be if you get... Like, I don't care what you think. The Last Jedi was the best out of the 3. Because they took chances. It took chances.
Yeah.
So...
I think it's the second week in a row we've talked... the second episode in a row we've talked about The Last Jedi. I agree. That sounds exciting, and I love the idea that they're kind of opening up Star Wars to have different styles and creators, because in my mind, it only makes it better. Now, like, I'll watch it. I'm not big into anime. I know you aren't either.
They're all like 15 minutes too.
Yeah,
which is great.
They're all short films.
Yeah,
and
before you get bored of it, it's already over.
And you know what else it reminds me of? It reminds me of Netflix's Love, Death, and Robots. Because those are No, those aren't like strictly like 15 minutes. They all kind of vary, but some of them are 8 minutes, some of them are 11 minutes. I need to watch season 2. I haven't watched season 2 of that, but it's a similar idea of, it's not necessarily anime, it's different animation styles, but it's under the same theme of love, death, and robots. So it's a really... I
remember seeing that, and I didn't watch it, but
it's interesting. I mean, it's a similar situation. It's a similar thing where, like, once you're like, I'm not really vibing with this story or this, it's on to the next one.
Yeah.
And I like that idea, and I'm glad that they're doing it with Star Wars, because Star Wars is such a vast universe that you could do those kind of 10-minute stories. Like, you could tell a story about fucking Ewoks. I don't care, but if it's 10 minutes, it's done, and then I'm on to the next thing.
Well, not only that, but the voice cast is outstanding. There's Joe Gordon-Levitt. There's Alison Brie is in one. David Harbour is in one.
Wow.
So the English cast, voice cast, is pretty
Friggin' Solid Snake himself.
Not bad. It's not the there are some no names, but an anime is a certain style. You have these like prolonged periods of people with their mouths wide open shouting like 17 lines of exposition while they're about to kill somebody. I will be the one who takes you down because my father is the one who gave me this sword. So I'm going to use this sword right now to cleave you in half. You know what I mean? And it's a little much. If you're not really...
You sound like Speed Racer.
You have to be really... Well, okay, I added the aha,
Yeah, that's clearly Speed Racer.
No, but they do things like that. There's one called... I can't remember, but it's about these two twins who are born into the dark side. And it's really kind of kick-ass because they have this brand new type of Star Destroyer called a Gemini class. And it's these two Star Destroyers joined at the sides, and in the middle of it is this gigantic fucking cannon, dude. And they use a...
Coop, get out. Go.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, he fucked up the mic stand.
They use an enormous kyber crystal to power it. And these twins... literally the entire last 10 minutes, because one of them steals the kyber crystal and the other one goes after him, and they both wear dark side armor, so they're like really, really stylized versions of like Darth Vader, basically. And then there's this whole thing out in space where they're able to breathe for some reason, but there's this whole thing, and it's literally like
it's the Force.
It's like 10 minutes of just exposition and for like 30 seconds, it's just it's the anime like fight style. It's the Dragon Ball Z type. I just can't, and it's just like I didn't even finish that one. I was just like I got to move on to the next one. And the song that they sing a song in the one with the band.
Sure.
And it's awful. It's horrifying.
As a musician, this offends me.
Have you ever heard an anime anthem or theme translated into English?
Yeah, it's probably weird.
It's bullshit.
Speaking of anime, I haven't been doing a lot. I mean, I just honestly been listening to podcasts and playing NCAA football because I don't have internet. So what else am I going to do at night?
Dark Ages over here.
Yeah. But I recently watched the Cowboy Bebop opening.
I heard about that. I didn't see it myself.
Holy shit, it looks awesome.
I know.
And because they got the original composer from the show, from the anime to do the show, and they play her theme, Tank. That was the theme in the anime, and holy shit, it's awesome. Like, it's so good. Because it has, like...
John Cho's in it, man.
Yeah, and just, like, the score... Like, I have no attachment to Cowboy Bebop. I never watched the anime. But
neither.
I'm willing to watch the live-action show just because of the fact that they got the composer from the anime to do the show. Because the little bit of knowledge I have from Cowboy Bebop, the fucking score of Cowboy Bebop is awesome. And if they can keep that kind of spirit in a live-action show, I'm interested. I'm willing to watch it. I think it's coming out in November, if I remember correctly. I think it's end of November is when Cowboy...
Why the fuck are you asking me?
I was thinking out loud, okay? You fucking dick. So, that I don't really have anything, but I'm looking forward to Cowboy Bebop. Also, once I get internet back, Squid Game. Have you heard about this?
I did hear about it.
It's like a trend. I think it's a
heard,
Korean show.
I also heard that there's an actual phone number. I heard something about all I saw was a story, and the headline was Squid Game phone number upsetting to local resident. And the subheadline was like, yes, that's an actual phone number, and yes, he would like you to stop calling it.
That's funny.
So I have no idea.
I can't believe they fucked
out of
that up.
context. That means nothing to me, but I'm sure if I saw the show, I'd be like, what?
It's like Battle Royale.
You know what I started thinking about?
It's like Hunger Games style, but it's because what I've heard is it comes off as like a game show at first, and it's like these fun challenges, and then there's a moment where it turns, and some kid just gets fucking murked, and these kids or like the players are getting killed off, and it's that's all I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just...
Did you say it's a North Korean TV show?
No, I just said it was Korean, so I'm assuming it's South Korean. They don't have. I'm sure that nothing would get out of North Korea without Kim Jong. Is it Un? Yeah, Un would say no. I need to see that because it's a dictatorship. I'm not trying to be political. I'm just saying. That's why you see no art come out of fucking North Korea or anything.
So lonely.
No, that's his father from in Team America. So let's get into the meat and bones of today's show.
That's disgusting.
Speaking
Why
of,
do you have to be so pornographic?
well, it's because bones are getting eaten in the first Venom.
Tyler, what we need to
That's
ask
what we're
you,
doing. We're doing that. We're moving on. Because if we do that bit, we're never getting to this bit.
You know
So
me
Tyler,
so well.
we're gearing up to go see Venom: Let There Be Carnage.
Mhm.
You had not seen the first movie. I had it on Blu-ray. I said, go watch this.
Mhm.
Let's talk about it on the pod,
Mhm.
and then let's go watch Venom: Let There Be Carnage. So, what can you make of the first Venom?
Let me give my impressions.
Can I tell you before we get into that? What attachment do you have to Venom? Like, is there anything that
it's not proprietary. For sure. He's not one of those characters that I'm like, whoa. You know, I have very few characters like that. But I was around when I read the original comic books in my hand when I was a kid. When the black suit showed up, I read the original comic books where he had it back home and he started noticing fucked up shit. And I had the original comic book where he goes into the church, and I had the.
And there's Eddie.
I read all the comic books throughout. I haven't really been into Venom for like 20 years, so I know of some of the changes, like Agent Venom with Flash Thompson and losing his legs.
The Donny Cates run is really good.
I read some of those actually because I bought them at Mayhem Comics, which is our comic book store
in Des Moines.
Yeah,
Check it out.
yeah.
They don't sponsor this.
I think it's in Clive, but whatever.
Anybody that doesn't live here isn't gonna fucking know that.
Anyway, my first
you know it, you dick.
My first impression of the movie is that I basically got through. I'm trying to remember where I got to. It was after he fought the dudes in his apartment. I want to say right around there. I want to say.
So you missed the whole movie. No, seriously, there's a whole movie that you just missed.
Okay, a couple things. One, so I'm assuming the symbiote coming from Malaysia is Riot.
So, okay.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, hold on. Before we get there, I want to also point out, here's how we're going to have different perspectives on this movie and the next one.
Yes, we will.
Venom is my favorite Spider-Man villain.
I know.
I grew up in the 90s.
Yep.
So I grew up with Venom being the top guy. And
it's a great character.
The animated Spider-Man series in the 90s, the animated cartoon, the Venom saga is one of the most formative pieces of where I just connected with it. But I was like, I don't know what it is. I like his suit. I like the gnarly looking teeth. Like, I like the animalistic version of it. Like, I love so much about that. So I'm going to have a much different opinion on Venom as a character and a property than you will. Mm-hmm. So that going in, continue with your review.
Michelle Williams is way more attractive than I really actually knew.
And it's amazing that they got her and Tom Hardy to do this, because those are two legit very good actors to be in this fucking
and
movie.
I can only imagine that Michelle Williams, like, the entire time she was acting with Tom Hardy, like, afterwards she'd go to her trailer and be like, I can't deal with that guy. Like, guy is just so out of control, like, off his rocker.
Maybe she liked it because she's in the sequel, so...
I'm not an actor. I don't know, but to me, like, the way Tom Hardy was acting, like, I like it. Once somebody said cut, I'd be like, hey, dude, can you fucking tone it down a bit? Just a fucking hair, man.
Hey, I'll give Tom Hardy credit. He worked his ass off.
He's a great actor, and honestly, I do.
He voices Venom too, by the way. They just modulated his voice, but he has he does a voice, like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was David Keith David. So it's not like I'm not angry at the liberties that they took. It's because
they kind of had to, because they made the decision they wanted to make a Venom movie.
Even the best superhero movie takes liberties. You're never gonna see a straight up comic adaptation on the screen.
And I don't want one. I don't want because there's some shit in comic books that you can't pull off in movies.
Yeah.
It's like, it should just stay to
like
comic
a lot
books.
of costumes.
Yeah.
I know that there's a faction out there who's like, oh, yeah, grim and gritty costumes. It's like, no, actually, they're just trying to make it believable. I mean, Captain America's costume in the comics is ridiculous in live action.
Yeah.
It's super bright.
Some things don't translate for sure.
The costume they gave him in Winter Soldier and Civil War and whatnot. I forgot I'm wearing Captain America on my shirt. But the costume they gave him in those with kind of the militaristic aspect a little bit, I like that. It works. You know what I mean? And so I feel like I'm hearing a phone ringing.
You're not hearing it.
Okay.
I have my volume turned up.
But every single movie takes liberties. So I'm not angry at the movie. I don't want to give the impression that I think it sucked. I enjoyed watching it. Did I say it on the air? Riz Ahmed was really, really good. I don't know if we were still recording. Didn't. But that scene where he's talking to the doctor and he threatens her family.
Yeah.
Is just fucking great. Like, it's like family. How is your family? Start the human trials. And it's just like, holy shit. He just like conveyed a whole lot in 2 lines, man. The way he acted it. And he's really good.
This is why you should have kept watching.
He's one of my favorite actors.
This is why you should have kept watching it.
I will finish watching it. Why don't you just not tell me it?
Well, because later he becomes more villainous because it's found out that she let Eddie Brock in to
I saw that part.
Yeah, and he kills her.
I don't know. With the symbiote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the comics, Carlton Drake is obviously a white dude.
Well,
big surprise.
They clearly try to do Lethal Protector because that's the first solo Venom miniseries.
Okay.
So the Life Foundation's in that book. Carlton Drake's in that book.
Yep. And he's from Spider-Man. He actually the first time I think we meet him is when Spider-Man gets Captain Universe powers.
Yeah.
And he has to fight the Tri-Sentinel, which is just these sentinels at the Life Foundation. The Life Foundation in the comics is basically a really rich version of like QAnon, like those dudes out in the West Coast that like took over the campgrounds. Like those dudes.
Well, yeah, they make like Sentinels.
They're survivalists.
Yeah, and they're
rich.
They're the ones that captured like all the symbiotes.
But he's more like in obviously again in the comics the first one came from the Battle World, Secret Wars, whatever. But they do come from space. They are an alien race, so I'm not mad about that. But they do make Carlton Drake more of like a Jeff Bezos like kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like a crook.
Which
is fine.
Like a Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos.
Because in the comics, he's a fucking scumbag, too. That's fine. And again, I seriously do not have a problem with the fact, like, yeah, non-white people can play villains.
And I think that's
what you want to tell all the people online on those forums. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, somebody's going to clip that out of context. And they're going to be like, Tyler, did you just say, you're like, hey, non-white people could be villains. And then they're going to be like,
what?
Jake got a whole bunch of Skeletor.
Yeah.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Anyway, thanks, Venom. But with this movie, I like how they did make the changes, still true to Eddie Brock and Venom, in a way. In this movie, he moves to San Francisco. He doesn't work at the Daily Globe anymore. He's in San Francisco, which again is where Lethal Protector takes place. In that story, though, Venom goes there because he's like, I want to be a good guy. I don't want to be a bad guy anymore. And then Spider-Man's like, well, fine, but fucking don't come around New York. And that's the whole thing.
Don't you come around.
Don't come around here no more.
John Petty.
Anyway, in the movie, I like the fact that he is still a journalist. He's an investigative journalist.
Yeah.
It's like a Vice type show. Axios.
In the comics, he's more of a hacky, like U.S. News.
Yeah, and the way that they changed it is he's more speaking truth to power.
He's like an online. Yeah, he's like an online.
So,
one of those like the Young Turks almost.
Him losing his job like that versus Parker doing it. I thought it was a cool twist, a cool change, and I like the fact that they do say like he still loses his job.
It definitely makes him less villainous.
It still makes sense that when he gets Venom, he feels empowered because he's still he's at a low point in his life.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they finally need each other. I think what makes this movie work, and I think what makes Venom the character work, is it is kind of a sweet story in a way, because it's like these two people that felt like they were jaded and lonely, they met each other, and then they became a killing machine. No, but I do, and that's what I love about this movie, and they're gonna, based on the trailers, they're clearly doing again with Venom and Eddie, it is a boy and his symbiote. It is that thing of they need each other. There's actually a bond. It's not just because they're physically bonded together, but it's that idea that they are two losers, and then together they can do something great. Because Venom in the movie says, "I'm kind of a loser on my planet of all these other symbiotes." And by the way, if you look closely in the Life Foundation, yes, you have the Riot one that shows up from Malaysia and infects Riz Ahmed. You also have the yellow one,
Scream,
which I think you're right, but I think it's Shriek. I don't know. Because there's so many stupid symbiote names that I couldn't tell you.
Well, because I think in the movie, a yellow female one in that Marvel Strike Force game I play.
She's in Let There Be Carnage.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she's in that trailer.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming she gets in there, which I didn't know about this until watching it back, that they did have the Life Foundation did have different little symbiotes in there. I was like, oh, I guess they did kind of tie that together.
Yeah, it was like 4 originally.
Yeah. It is kind of weird that they're going to be doing. I'm assuming they're going to.
The comet they found had millions.
I'm assuming that they're going to do the Maximum Carnage storyline, because isn't that the first Carnage storyline in Spider-Man?
Once Carnage started is around the time that I got out of comic books, not because of that, but just various reasons.
Because Absolute Carnage is the one that came out a couple years ago. Maximum Carnage, I think, is the first.
I gotta be honest, I think Carnage is kind of a silly character.
Yeah. I mean,
he's like the Punisher. At some point, you're gonna kill everybody. You can't just keep I mean,
yeah.
The Punisher to me is also a kind of a silly character, because it's like a limited series and that's about it. Yeah. And then he retires. Because what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're not going to murder. And there's no fucking way that all those superpowered individuals can't bring you in. Bullshit.
Right?
Bullshit.
Right? Well, I like that in the continuity during the what was it? Was it Civil War around that time when the Sentry flew into space and ripped apart Carnage? Because I think that was Marvel saying, like, we can't keep doing this character. Like, Venom can work because Venom has that, like, anti-hero sensibility
He's got
to
a
him.
line. He's got
a line, yes. Yeah. Whereas Carnage is just that. He's just there to kill everything. So then eventually Marvel editing was like, just fucking throw him into space. But shout out to the Sentry. I would love to see a Sentry storyline.
Bob. That's his name.
But I love that character. But back to Venom.
Interesting character too.
So I'm assuming they're going to do the Maximum Carnage thing. They've already changed up, as in the trailer, as you saw, they already changed up his origin a little bit. It's still blood related, but in the comics, Venom just kind of, the symbiotes just reproduce asexually. So they'll just split off and create spawn. And Eddie was in jail, and the symbiote landed on Cletus.
A piece of the symbiote stayed behind.
But it bonded with him because of the blood, because he spilt some blood or something like that. I can't remember. Because I know blood is tied to it.
I remember reading the actual comic book where Venom breaks out of jail and Cletus is like, hey, and there's a little drop of symbiote, and it's like foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I remember reading that.
Which what's always funny is no matter what you do, the symbiote spawn always hates the other one. Because Carnage hates Venom, Venom hates Spider-Man. It's just a cycle of vengeance. We got off topic. But anyway, so
title of our show.
Hey, look at that. The first movie. Yeah. It ends with Venom fighting Riot. And then Eddie and Venom reach an agreement that they only will bite the heads off bad guys. They'll only eat people that really deserve it.
Yeah.
And then, the guy that stuck up the place at the beginning of the movie, he's back.
Yep.
And then he turns into Venom. And then you saw this because it was in the trailer, which pissed me off that this was the last shot of the movie and it's in the trailer.
Right.
But he said he'd rip his arms off and his legs off. And he'd float like a turd in the wind. And then he goes, his mouth opens wide, and then it cuts to credits. That kind of shit is what I love about the Venom movie, and I love about Venom in general, is sometimes you have to think about it. Venom is kind of like you said, Carnage is a goofy character. Venom's a goofy character. Like, if you actually read some of the comics he's in or follows, I use the soundbite from it, the Spider-Man game that came out on the PS1. He's a menacing villain to a certain point where then Spider-Man defeats him, and then he kind of turns into more of a goofy character.
He's almost playful in a way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny in his later... Because...
well, even in even in the movies, they've kind of given Venom his own personality.
It's strongly implied in his first appearance that he assaults Mary Jane. It's strongly implied. Yes.
Ugh.
Yes.
That's problematic.
Because the end of the show, end of the one is his smile and Mary Jane's home alone, and then the next issue is number 300, which is
because Venom is $2.99.
Actual appearance. Yeah,
his first appearance is $2.99.
Right, because of the smile, but they actually reveal him in 300 anyway. But when Spider-Man finds her in 300, she's clearly
implied.
Well, she's clearly beat up, and you know what I mean?
And
terrified.
Assaults. Okay, I thought you meant like sexually assaulted her. I was like,
I don't think
yikes.
so, but he definitely beats her up.
Okay, that's still bad.
Yeah,
but not as bad as I thought.
No. I don't think that's implied at all. No, I mean she's shaken, of course, but she got beat up.
Damn.
Either
way, it's still pretty fucked up.
So just like Deadpool, like. Venom has evolved to become the character he is that we all know and love, but he wasn't always like that.
Yeah,
and Deadpool, when he first came out, was just a dick.
Yeah, then he slowly turned into meme pool.
Well, that's because of some other writer.
Well,
Rob
actually,
Liefeld,
Gary Dugan brought him back to his roots recently with Despicable Deadpool, and it literally. The numbering picked up from the Joe Kelly run, I think. So it's like if you look up Despicable Deadpool, it'll say issue like 293 to 300 or something like that. But it's a cool reach around. Going back to his roots and making him more. He's still funny, but he's definitely more serious and not as goofy. And I don't know. And you're right. That's the thing. Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is different than other Deadpools, and the movie Venom is going to be different than that. I like the idea of Venom having a little bit more sense of humor because it does play into.
He's more of a fun character
because it goes back to playing into that core of Eddie and Venom's relationship and how they work, and I think they're really lean. They knew that worked in the first movie because that's what a lot of people liked, and I think that they had that success. They were like, okay, well, let's keep going. Let's do that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm going to eat a shitload of popcorn on Sunday.
There's also a rumor that Venom is pansexual, but who cares? Honestly, when I saw that news, I'm like, I could care less about that.
Well, let's make sure. Well, let's make sure we're saying it the way it should be said. If it affects the story, that's good for me to know. If it doesn't, it honestly is not important for me to know.
Yeah, who cares?
Now, however, if you are pansexual or whatever, and that helps you feel included in society and whatnot, then awesome.
Yeah, but if it's I'm not here to say that.
That's what
I don't fucking hold the rights, and I don't gatekeep the rules.
No. I wanted to clarify how, because that's how we feel. Basically,
I think the another way to put it is.
When they were like, Tim Drake is bisexual, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't affect me at all. I'm still gonna. I'm still gonna read it. I'm not gonna be like, well, that's the line.
But if you're bisexual and that gives you a little kick to your day, then
good
fucking
job.
Nice job.
Good for you.
More power to you. But it really kind of has to do with the story.
Let's talk about.
Let's do it.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
I should have had the theme song. I'm the dude
who likes to say the N-word and apologize for it.
Yeah. So anyway, We'll talk about that.
Are you surprised at all that he uses that word? Not really. Look at his fucking hair, man. Only somebody who gets that kind of hairstyle thinks that the N-word is okay.
We'll get there. But the
calm down.
reason he's back in the news is because he is on the trail of the Gabby Petito case. Am I saying that right? Is it Petito?
Petito. And
you know more about this case than I do.
Well, I also made you laugh on the phone the other day because we were okay. So we were talking about.
We'll get there. I want to talk about the case first.
Okay.
But why he's in
So
the
this guy is a piece of shit, not dog. This guy, I can't remember his name. But
Brandon Laundrie, I think.
Sure.
That's what it looks like.
Fuckface. Let's call him Fuckface.
Yes.
Dirty little fucking piece of shit.
Wow.
No, seriously, when you hear
he deserves it because this is horrible.
Gabby Petito is this influencer and like YouTuber, whatever, and she has a fiance who is, and there's clearly abusive. Well,
because there was body cam footage that came out,
which made everything worse because everybody realizes, like, look, I worked for the Women's Crisis Center in Denver. Okay, I couldn't tell my girlfriend where I worked.
Yeah,
because she might tell somebody else.
Right.
These guys will come at. I need all of the men listening to understand something. 1 in 3 of the women that you know from work in your family that you've dated, whatever, has been sexually assaulted or is going to be because of the society we live in, okay?
Yeah.
So you need to understand.
And if you try and come out, there'll be people that
will tell you that you're wrong.
That women lie about this stuff all the time.
Oh my God!
And I'll be honest.
You're treated as the criminal. If you take it to court, you're the criminal. Are you a whore?
And what you're saying with the 1 in 3 women, it's such a very small minority of women that would lie about that because that's just something you shouldn't lie about, and it's very, very, very small percentage of people that lie that actually do lie about.
If you really
want to, but the point of what you're trying to say is that like we live in a culture where these men are can be very abusive.
Well, women are sexualized to the point that they're objectified, and then men, these pieces of shit, get mad when they don't act that way because they're not. Women are not objects; they're human beings. Like you,
yeah.
Look, I watch porn, okay, but
I know you're getting to a point. I'm sorry, it's just such a hard turn there.
Well, because what I'm trying to say is
we're all guilty of this.
A lot of men, yes, we're all guilty of at some point objectifying women, but like
it goes the other way too. Women objectifying men.
Sure.
But it's definitely worse for women, for sure.
But if you're going to sexualize and objectify women in the media and everything, don't get mad when a woman is sexual. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that really doesn't have anything to do with Gabby Petito. I'm just saying, hey, look, if a guy goes out and gets laid every night of the week, he's a stud. If a woman does it, she's a whore. That's stupid. If they're both being safe and they're both being responsible with their partners, then who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is that it was hit very well or not very well. I don't know how many people. I haven't read that much about it. I don't know how many people.
Clearly, it was a toxic relationship.
Yes. But the body cam footage clearly shows, and this is what is so angering to me, is why cops should not be allowed to handle domestic dispute cases.
Yeah.
The guy is clearly calm and just whatever, and the woman is hysterical. And what did the cops think? Well, the guy's clearly in the right here. No, asshole. The guy was just getting off on beating the fuck out of her, so he's like, oh, yeah. And she's hysterical because she just got the shit.
Yeah.
Take care of her and arrest him.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I mean, that body cam footage is very damning. Very, very damning. Well, one, it's like clearly there was...
Fuck Moab, Utah police
there was clearly something wrong there.
Yes. And
clearly.
And they take...
And I didn't watch all...
They get the guy
it's over
a
an
hotel
hour.
room. They get the guy a hotel room, and they make her stay in the fucking camper, like in a place she doesn't know, terrified. The guy knows where she is.
Yeah.
She doesn't know where he is. I mean, just fucking piss poor,
Just
guys.
all around, we need to fix this system because you're right. We do ourselves create this kind of rape culture,
also
and abusive culture.
If you do know, this goes to guys too, and women.
I want to be clear. I'm not saying you raped her. I misspoke there. We
don't know.
We support an abusive culture. We support men being able to
do what they want,
harass women in whatever way they choose.
Right. And and the thing is if you're a guy and you're listening to this, and women too, and you know somebody who is abusive towards their partner, make sure they know that you're gonna call the cops on them, and make sure you fucking smack them around a little bit for their own sake. Because seriously, the only way we're gonna do this is because the only way we're gonna get through this is if people who know abusers stand up to these abusers.
Because they're at the end of the day, they're bullies
for the abused. If you are a sister to a guy who abuses his wife and you do nothing, you are as bad as he is abusing her, because by doing nothing, you are abusing her. Well, you owe it to your sister-in-law to stand up to your brother, who cares if he's family, and say, fuck you.
It's the same thing if you stand up to a bully.
Yeah.
They'll crumble because they are weak.
Right.
And they're pathetic. And so when you stand up to them and you show them that you're not some fucking, and I know that, and the thing is, like what you're saying, you have to do it for them because the abused can't do that. Right. Not every person.
They are stuck.
They're stuck. They're trapped, and you have to help them out.
They're in a fucking cage of terror, dude, every fucking day of their lives, even when they're not around the abuser.
So yeah,
Which is rare,
now again. We don't know the situation. There's been situations where Ashley and I have gotten in an argument and she's cried. But it's never to the level. This is clearly somebody that's experiencing trauma.
Yeah.
Like, this is a whole, because there's going to be people out there be like, well, I've gotten into a fight with my girlfriend and she's cried in the car and everything. I know that, but there's definitely a different level of being angry and upset with someone and crying versus clearly hysterical, which was what she was. Yeah. Now, I didn't watch the whole hour-long footage, but I saw enough. In the time that I saw, the 10, 20 minutes that I watched, however much that I watched of it, I was just like, this is clearly enough to say, hold on, there's something wrong here.
Well, one thing, I'm not proud of it at all, but I will say that I have been in my 20s, in a couple relationships, I was verbally and emotionally abusive towards others.
And I would agree that I've been in a toxic relationship, but I was said some things. Her and I were just not good together. We just said some things that we shouldn't have said, and we were very abusive. We were very abusive to each other.
Yeah, I just got out of a relationship where I was abused. Actually, I know that now, that she was gaslighting me, didn't like me having friends, making me feel like I was the problem, and basically telling me my music sucks. Well, you know what? Here's my Grammy. Your music sucks.
So clearly you and I have an attachment to this.
But here's the other thing. You guys got to understand, too. How many of you guys listening, how many of you have admitted that to yourselves, that you have possibly been emotionally or verbally abusive towards a partner in the past? Because I'll bet you have. And the sooner you admit that to yourself, the sooner you can start changing and being a better man for yourself and for your partner, whoever that is, and also break this cycle, okay? It's not hard to do. The hardest part is admitting it to yourself, honestly, I think. I've never been physically abusive towards anybody in my life. I'm proud of that.
Yes.
I honestly don't think here's why I'm not an MMA fighter, because I can't. Yeah, but anyway.
Let's bring the mood back up.
Yeah, sorry about that, but I just
it's important to know that you're very passionate about this story.
Well, yeah. So Dog is talking about helping with, and Jake and I were talking off the air that he is kind of notorious now for
something else.
He kind of got canceled because of a couple of resurfaced things that happened with saying the N-word.
Something that he originally got canceled for.
Right, but I know
which he should have, because I listened to the call. It's pretty well, the thing is like he jumps on board to this case. Like, he knocked on the dude's family, like, parents' door. Funny story. Like, we're gonna have some fun with Dog the Bounty Hunter just because I think he's such a meme. Yeah. But he's actually doing a good job. He's actually on the trail of this guy.
Well, he does know his shit.
Well, that's the thing, is he's been a bounty hunter for a long time. He knows how to track people.
3 decades.
He knows how to find people.
Despite his insane
haircut.
What the fuck is going on with your hair already?
We'll But it's so funny because he said in the first video that he had he has connections in Mexico. So if he were in Mexico, he would know. And I know that's true because that's happened before. Dog has caught people in Mexico because he knows people down there.
Well, he actually said too. He's like, I would know if he's down there. Not only that do I have connections, but he would also stick out like a sore thumb. He's
a white dude. Yeah,
who doesn't speak the language.
Yeah, exactly. And he made me laugh because this is what you need to stick to, dog. Because then this way you can't get canceled. But it's just funny because he's actually doing a really good job. And when you told me that, I was like, cool. I go, but I think he's clout chasing.
Could be.
Now, I think part of him,
if he can help catch the guy, fucking more power to him.
Part of him, he said something about he has a reason behind because he lost a daughter or something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe he does have that. I think that is the driving force. I think he really does want to catch this guy because I think like the rest of America, because it's a white woman in a true crime scenario, we all got addicted to it. And so I think part of him.
Never mind the indigenous children in Canada that we've been finding.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
No,
but anyway,
I've never met him before, but I think Dog overall is an honourable guy.
I do think
he does want to protect the weak.
Part of it is that his heart is in the right place, but I think majority of it is he's trying to repair his reputation.
But if he does find him, Jake, this is how I made Jake laugh because I said if you do actually help find him,
he gets the N-word pass.
I think we kind of can give him a pass on that.
And then I laugh.
I don't want to.
And then I laugh because I'm like, two white guys should decide that.
But, okay, first of all, he has apologized and he has admitted that he needs to think differently.
Here's the most important thing. Yeah. No white person should ever use it. I've been guilty of using it even in context to describe something. And even then I was like, you know what? I shouldn't say this. Yeah. And
man, it's fucking breakthrough day here on Off Panel Off Topic.
So the reason we think he's clout chasing. So earlier in the month, some things came out. His daughter came out against him to say that the current woman that he's getting married to, he was cheating on her while her mom was dying in the hospital.
Yeah, because he just lost his wife.
A few years ago. I don't know the situation. I mean, I look at Dog and I feel like Dog would be a guy to cheat. I'm kidding.
Dude, look at your hair.
Anyway, she came out and said that he's racist and he doesn't support BLM. And
I could see that.
Of course, there's the leaked audio.
He works with cops. Of course, he doesn't support
leaked
BLM.
audio from like 10, 15 years ago about him having a conversation with his son that he used the N-word with a hard R several times. And yeah, it's a weird audio because he's like,
when you hear somebody use it with a hard R,
you
know that's practice.
He's saying not to say it because people will misinterpret when he says it to mean something bad, but it's not something like he tries to explain, like justifying why he says it in this call from 15 or so years ago or whatever. And so already there, I'm like, just stop saying it. Just stop it.
I had a black friend tell me that there are black people and then there are N-words. He actually said this to me.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, but I mean, again, he was telling me, so I can't really dispute it. But at the same time, it's like, wow, that's harsh. And did you know also that if you are the darker skinned you are, you can be the recipient of racism? In the black community if you were dark enough?
What?
Like lighter skin?
Oh yeah,
lighter skin.
I'm sorry.
People.
I'm just trying. I don't.
No, I'm telling you some things about.
I want to get to the
racism
memes.
I learned.
I don't.
No, I just want to tell you some things.
I know, and I understand what you're saying. I am familiar with the what you're talking about.
I was actually also vamping while you were looking.
Yeah. I was trying to pull up the audio.
I
appreciate you.
Fucking dick.
I was setting up the board.
Fuck you.
Because we have some clips. We haven't done clips in a while.
We haven't done clips since.
Well, we did the Cowboy Bebop clip with the actress, but that's the only time we've ever done it. But now we got the new board all set up. We're good to go.
Yeah.
This isn't a glee club.
Fuck yeah, it is. Sebastian Gorka. What a dildo.
What?
Anyway, it's such a perfect transition, you know? Let's get back to the memes.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Ooh, Look at the big brain on Spidey.
So whenever you're pretentious, I'm going to use that one.
Shut up. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go.
All right. So anyway, what we...
The fuck?
What?
Why we think... I hate... Somebody has turned it
The
off.
last half hour is this. What?
What?
Never get old of it. Never get old of it. This is why we don't have a soundboard.
You're right. It's it's fucking distracting. It's so great. So the reason we think that he's getting involved in it, maybe he is maybe his heart is in the right place, but I think it's mostly because he's trying to make people forget about this interview he did with Entertainment Tonight after his daughter came out and said he's a racist. We already have the audio of him using the hard R and the N-word. I can't remember the name of the reporter, but it is a black reporter interviewing him in this scenario, which I think is worth pointing out. So this is kind of chopped up from like almost a 4-minute clip. I got this chopped up version from the Breakfast Club because they did a segment with it. That's Charlemagne. I think it's Charlemagne the God. I don't remember.
Charlemagne the God.
Charlemagne. There it is. He does a segment every day on his show, The Breakfast Club, Donkey of the Day. And, of course, Dog the Bounty Hunter was Donkey of the Day. So here's his justification for why he used the N-word so much in that call so many years ago.
I have never been a racist. I'm 33.5% Apache. But because of over 15 years ago, I have an Achilles heel because I used the wrong word.
Why were you using that word so freely?
Well, I thought I had a pass in the black tribe to use it, kind of like Eminem.
Who gave you the pass?
The brothers.
Who were the brothers?
I had just, gotten out of prison in 1979 after spending time in 18 months in Texas, and it was probably 3/4 from the black tribe. So that was a word that we used back and forth as maybe a compliment. My pass expired for using it, but no one told me that. To say a racist name doesn't qualify to make you a racist. I have more black friends than Eminem.
Oh, boy. And let me just say right now, racists, if your justification for not being racist is that you have black friends, you've lost.
So
you've lost.
Here's the thing. It's not in that clip, but the interviewer explains that to him because that's the proximity argument. Because if just because you know a lot of black people doesn't mean you're not racist is his thing. And then his daughter also accuses Dog of being homophobic.
Don't doubt it.
Well,
he was in prison.
But Dog's response is, my daughter's gay. I have staffers that are gay.
And I got fucked in the ass in prison.
I know people. Also, by the way, Dog, stop calling groups of people tribes. It's weird.
Yeah, and
when you say the black tribe, it comes off weird.
And what's the deal with the hair, man?
Well, my favorite thing too is like, I can't. It's just I've never been called a racist. I'm 33.5% Apache. So you're just saying like, hey, I can't be racist. I'm 33%.
He literally used like the two worst like white people I'm not racist arguments, which is like I'm a percentage of an
minority
of a Native American,
or I have some sort of minority heritage,
right? And or I have a ton of black friends, and it's like that's
So when he's asked when he's asked about being
the
homophobic,
follow-up question should be, who are the names of these people, so we can go ask them if you're their friend.
The questions switch to if he's homophobic or not.
Because I bet you the answer would be like, who?
But Dog does the same proximity argument. I know all these gay people.
Well, I've sucked a lot of dick, is what he says.
This fucking interview takes a turn.
Die for a gay man or a black man, I'd lay down my life.
He said, would I die for a gay man or a black man? I'd lay down my life.
Okay.
I'd lay down my life.
What the fuck? Like that? No, because then they kind of just transition out of the interview, and I'm like, who edited this? There's so much more. There's so much more to this thing.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I'd lay down my life.
Also worth noting, he has his sunglasses on the whole time.
So, real quick, when I was in high school, there was this call-in show at the college radio station.
Yes.
And they did like different things, and it was during the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, in the 90s, like gay people in the military, right? And I worked in a restaurant with some gay people. It was the first time, or a couple of the waiters were gay, and it was the first time I really had a lot of interaction with homosexuals.
Yeah.
And like, they were great people. I didn't really care that, you know what I mean? It was the same thing about, stories and whatnot, right? Like, if it's important to the story, right? But it is, because one night they were talking about it, and I called in. I said I didn't give my name, right? I get on the air, and I was like, hey, yeah, I work with a bunch of, with a couple of people who are homosexuals, and I also go to school with a lot of homophobic assholes.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, like, I would much rather be in a foxhole with the guys I work with than the guys I go to high school with.
Yeah.
I got to school the next day, and some asshole had happened to be listening when I was on the air and knew it was me. And I just literally, just got fucking mercilessly teased all fucking day.
Wow.
Dude. Yeah. Because it was a different time then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I got called the F word a couple times all day.
Yikes. Remember when we used to throw that horrible term around like it was a normal thing to say?
I used that's gay more than the F word.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Me too. And then I was like, well, just say it's stupid. That's what you mean. Why does it,
It just rolls off.
What?
So
I hate to say it, it rolls off my tongue. I'm like, oh, dude, that's gay. I'm like, yeah.
that's what you would, yeah. Then somebody
And
then somebody's like, Jake, move on.
This is why we're an hour
Come
in.
on, move it. We're missing dinner.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize how loud that clip was. I'm sorry.
You gotta love that Pride of the X-Men cartoon where a Wolverine is for some reason Australian.
Come on.
Hey, little shrimp on the barbie.
Let's talk about Disney and Marvel. You know what I hate though?
Anyway, more power
I
to
know-
Dog the Bounty Hunter if he's
Yes,
actually
if
helping.
he can figure it out,
If he's
awesome.
being a cloud chaser, fuck him.
Fuck him. I will
And
say,
fuck Marvel and Disney.
I'm sorry. The Skeletor what is a perfect transition. Either that or let's talk about Disney and Marvel.
Fucking hate you.
You hate it because either one works as a transition.
I hate it.
Come on, we're missing dinner. Disney and Marvel are suing to keep the rights to characters.
This is a really complicated thing.
Yes. So Marvel is trying to defend its superhero franchises. The Walt Disney Company filed a flurry of lawsuits seeking to invalidate copyright termination notices served by artists and illustrators involved with marquee characters like Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Thor. Okay, so this is not the first time that Disney has done something like this, because Disney has put in loopholes to the trademark to Mickey Mouse, because technically Mickey Mouse would be public domain, because then it's 75 years.
The brilliant part of this,
because he's over 90, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, the brilliant part of this is that the reason why Disney and Marvel are trying to sue these creators is because of something they lobbied to make happen, so that they didn't have to let Mickey Mouse be part of the public domain. These laws that these guys are.
And that's why I bring it up, because
and
it's
the
so
other
funny.
thing, they settled with Kirby back in 2015, I think, for like tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Because they did the same thing.
Yeah.
They sued for a term, or they went for a termination thing, and then Disney and they went all the way to the Supreme Court. Apparently, the leadership at Disney now is a lot more risk adventurous, I guess, is the article I read, is how they described it.
Yeah.
So the common thinking is that they are going to try and take it all the way. Like, they're not going to settle with Stan Lee's family or whoever. There's a bunch of them. Ditko.
So
by the way, Steve Ditko's total fucking fascist, just to let you know.
Oof.
Look it up.
The dispute started in the spring when a prominent intellectual property lawyer, Mark Toberoff, served Marvel Entertainment, which Disney owns, with notices of copyright termination on behalf of 5 clients. They include Lawrence B. Lieber, 89. He's 89, by the way. I don't know why the New York Times had to add his age. Comics writer and artist known for his 1960s era contributions to bedrock Marvel characters. Mr. Lieber's older brother, Stan Lee, was chief writer and editor of Marvel Comics.
The interesting thing is that Stanley Lieber is
why
Stanley's.
did Stan change his name?
Because for just.
Rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah, I mean he's a showman first and foremost.
So
like,
yeah, of course he has a stage name.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, how rich would I be, like, if I had created, Spider-Man and stuff? And I'm like, I wouldn't be. You want to know why?
Because you don't get paid for shit.
No, I'm saying because Stan Lee made Marvel happen because of his charm and his wit and his willingness to go out and sell the fucking product.
Oh, and he also, if you go back and you look at Stan Lee's books, all of his books reference other books and are like, hey, go read this. Hey, go read that.
Brilliant fucking writer, whatever. But just saying. Okay. Just saying that. So Stanley Lieber is his name. So Larry Lieber was a prominent artist in the 60s and 70s and an inker. Yeah. And Larry Lieber is Lawrence D. Lieber. That's who we're talking about.
And that's Stan Lee's
But it's
brother.
Interesting that, like, a lot of people don't know that because Stan Lee is his...
it's his pen name.
It's his name.
So Mr. Toberoff's other clients are the estates of the comics illustrators Steve Ditko and Don Heck.
One of my favorites.
And heirs of the writers Don Rico and Gene Colan.
Love Gene Colan's art.
They are seeking to reclaim rights related to the Marvel characters they had a hand in creating, including Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Captain Marvel, Falcon, Blade, and the Wizard. Several of which will become star revenue generators for Disney, appearing in films and TV shows, along with a plethora of merchandise. Yeah, of course this is a big deal, because these guys are smart. It's like, these characters have value now. Let's try it.
Regardless of his fascist leanings, you don't have Doctor Strange without Steve Ditko.
We've talked about this.
You don't have it.
We've talked about this before. Jim Starlin, the creator of Thanos, who is the big villain of the Infinity Saga, he got $5,000 and a fucking ticket to the premiere of Infinity War, and I think maybe Endgame too. But it's just like, that's not anything. And you can argue like, and we'll get to it more here in a second. But you could argue like, not people are as business savvy as fucking George Lucas to get the merchandise for Star Wars, and a lot of these guys are just trying to make ends meet. And they have this idea of like, oh wow, this is amazing. I get to write comic books and create and do these things that I love. I love doing it, so I'll take the pay cut because it means I get to do it. You know what I mean? And I understand that. So not everybody's fucking business savvy.
Why are you getting in my face?
What?
Sorry, we took a break. We had a phone call. Sorry, we're dealing with a lot of shit.
Dealing with a phone call.
Yeah. So the reclamation attempts stem from a provision of copyright law that, under certain conditions, allow authors of their heirs to regain ownership of a product after a given number of years. Such efforts turn on whether authors worked as hired hands or produced the material on their own and then sold it to publishers. The Copyright Revision Act of 1976, which opened the door to termination attempts, banned termination for people who deliver the work at the instance and expense of an employer. Right. So isn't that what Disney? What Disney fought for? Was that the Copyright Revisions Act, so they could keep copywriting Mickey?
Mm-hmm. And now
they're getting fucked by it.
Yes,
which is good. That's so perfect.
Yeah, it is. And when you think about it, this whole shit is literally a mega corporation trying to fuck over the people who are the actual doing.
I want to make it clear, I'm not on Disney's side.
No,
excuse me, my throat cut out. I'm not on Disney's side because I'll never be on the side of corporations. I'm sorry. Pay your fucking writers.
Also,
if you don't have writers, you don't have a fucking product. Because I know you motherfuckers aren't talented enough to do it.
No,
because you're all just.
You're jerking each other off in the boardrooms.
You're all fucking algorithm based. You're all fucking focus group
numbers.
What? Focus groups and algorithms. Fuck you.
Jerking each other off while you're snorting cocaine.
That
in the
being
boardroom.
said, did you see the Book of Boba Fett?
Can I
it's going to be on Disney
say,
Plus.
Can I also say, if you know somebody, and you've probably known somebody like this in your life, and I hope it's not somebody close to you, but I've known people in my life who have like those sweatshirts with the Disney characters on them, and they wear them all the time, and everything is Disney, and they love Disney, and they go to Disneyland like 3 times a year, and don't you just fucking hate those people?
No. Because they're people.
Fucking need to stop. Who need to stop?
You say that, but you're the same guy. You're wearing fucking superhero shirts.
Let me just go ahead and temper that with, yeah, man, I can't wait for the Book of Boba Fett, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Right? That's why I just brought that up. Is like, fuck Disney, but I can't wait for that show to come to Disney.
Did you like my Captain America shirt?
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, fuck these people for wearing licensed characters. Says 2 guys wearing graphic shirts right now. Amazing.
Well, ours are cool.
Yeah, well, but fuck Mickey Mouse.
Your goofy sweatshirt makes me want to puke.
But check out my Captain. Speaking of which, I have a Captain America coat of yours in my car for some reason.
Oh, the big puffy one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been looking for it?
No.
Well, that's where it's been.
It looks like it fucking.
Why?
It looks like
We
a
need
Cubs
it.
jacket.
Oh my
Okay,
God. The
let's
people
go.
have turned it off. That's why it's called Off Topic, assholes.
Panel
off, topper off. So here's a quote from Mr. Petrocelli.
Petrocelli. It's Italian for cocksucker.
Quote, since these works were made for hire and thus owned by Marvel, we filed these lawsuits to confirm that the termination notices are invalid and of no legal effect.
Should have read it in the Simpsons lawyer voice.
We've read, since these works were made for... Mr. Simpson? Yeah.
You do agree that you have not had anything to do with saving Itchy and Scratchy sign
So
here.
it's worth noting that Petrocelli is also representing Disney in its legal fight with Scarlett Johansson, who didn't feel like she got the proper pay for the premiere access, which she's right. Should have renegotiated her
Not
contract.
only are you a piece of shit, but you're also fighting ScarJo. Fuck you, dude.
Fuck this guy. For instance, Disney's complaint against Mr. Lieber it contends that, quote, Marvel assigned Lieber stories to write and had to write to exercise control over Lieber's contributions and paid Lieber a per-page rate for his contributions, end quote. Those conditions render his contributions, quote, work made for hire to which the Copyright Act's provisions do not apply, according to the complaint. So Mr. Tobro disagrees, defending the artist. He says, quote, at the time all these characters were created, their material was definitely not work for hire under the law, he said in an email response to Disney's filings. By the way, this is all from the New York Times article you should read. These guys were all freelancers or independent contractors working piecemeal for car fare out of their basements. Not traditional full-time employees, which I agree with him. Because even now, comic book writers don't make shit for money.
Oh, yeah.
Even now.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, he's right. They don't just be like, that's the thing. That's the whole thing, is it's all freelance. Like,
dude, okay, for instance,
have you not seen Spider-Man?
Listen, it's a lot like bands. They don't make shit off the album.
It's because they're independent contractors.
It costs too much to make an album. They make their money off of touring and merchandise. Right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you can't say these people, because I guarantee you none of them had health insurance.
Nope.
None of them were full-time employees.
Nope.
So there's no way you can argue that this was made like this is. I'm sorry. I'm on the side of the artists.
The comic book writers and artists now, like, they make their money now because they have a forum, the internet, where they can sell their shit online.
Right, yeah, that's why a lot of them are doing Substack,
which is great.
now, is what we talked about before.
But they also and they get all the money for it.
And Comixology's doing shit now.
But they make a lot of their money off of the conventions.
Sure, yeah, appearances.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it's not like Donnie Cates is getting like $1 million a year from Marvel to write books. No, he's probably getting about $30,000.
Yeah, that's so true.
If
that is true. Yeah, that is a great comparison. I would say
he probably makes another $100,000 from conventions.
It's similar to being a musician, where they make their bones going on the road and going to conventions and doing podcasts and just kind of doing shit to get their name.
To be honest, the American dream really is being a bit part in a long-running beloved series that you can like cash in on for the rest of your life at conventions. You know, like the dude who played Klingon number 3 in an episode of Star Trek in 1965 is set for life.
How much do you think?
Every time he needs money, he just calls a convention. I was Klingon number 3.
If I were in this court case, this is what I would say.
$1 million, bitch.
All right, so let's
Disney would be like, you got it. That's it?
What?
That would be Disney. So you know what? I shouldn't have brought back the soundboard. I apologize, everybody. No, fuck them. I'm having fun.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Toberoff would continue by saying, at the core of these cases is an
anachronistic.
Thank you. And highly criticized interpretation of work for hire. Also, this is for you, Tyler.
Ooh, look at the big brain on Spidey.
I had to point it out to you too.
You did. You're like, no, play the thing.
This could be never-ending cycle.
So he's saying that he highly criticized the idea of this being work made for hire.
Well,
and then he also said in a separate email that this needs to be rectified.
Well, the basic argument that Toberoff is making is that when all this shit was created, it was before 1976.
Right.
So under the law, when all this shit was created, does not fall under this shit because it was created before that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't work for made for hire, and because Disney blinked and they paid fucking Kirby's estate, and they fucked up because now they're gonna end up paying all these people too.
Yeah, and
Which
good.
They should have.
Good.
They should have anyway.
These people should be fucking paid. I'm sorry.
They're fucked up.
And I know, and again, we can go round and round and talk about the fact that like
round and round.
I'm only saying this because it's Disney. Well, yeah, I'm fucking saying this because it's Disney. Because Disney is it's like one of the 6th biggest fucking
Evil
companies
empire, dude.
in the world. So clearly they have the fucking money. So why don't they pay these people? You're going to tell me a $1 billion company looks at Jim Starlin, who created the biggest villain for them, and just goes, yeah, well, you only really need $5,000.
Disney is
Like, fuck
indirectly
you.
Disney is indirectly the reason why we can't have nice things.
Well, yeah, it's like one of those things when I did the same thing with HBO Max. I love these services, Disney Plus and HBO Max, but I remember opening up and I'm sitting there scrolling and I'm thinking, I look at my wife and I go, they should not have this much shit. They should not have these much properties.
Right.
And it's like it's the same shit. It's the same cycle. It's like, why do we even fucking have a Federal Trade Commission? Because it doesn't work. Because Disney or Warner Brothers and Discovery just fucking merged. It's like we're gonna have 4 companies that control everything.
And by the way, they also control a lot of news outlets as well.
Right. Well, here's the thing. We already have
Disney owns
already
ABC,
have
one of the big networks.
We already have the tech giants like fucking Facebook, Twitter, Google. Apple, all those guys running everything. Now we've got Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, that fucking weird thing there. And then like what? We got Paramount. Like we can't keep letting this happen.
Geographic is on Disney.
And I think this is a blockbuster case, I think, if these artists can win. Because then this says to these corporations, oh, we can't afford to have all these fucking properties.
But wait a second.
Because we gotta pay all these people.
Wait a second. A couple of years ago, this asshole named Donald Trump fucking plugged in like 3 fucking assholes into the Supreme Court, and then we lost to Time, probably the most respectable of all the justices. So I don't like their chances, and that's why I think Disney's taking it all the way, and they're not going to blink because they feel like with the makeup of the court the way it is that is going to favor, because the right leaning judges and things generally favor corporations over people.
Yeah, they always favor the
because they're getting paid by the corporations. You fucking scumbags, dude. As much as I love seeing on Disney Plus. As much as I love seeing on Disney Plus, like the short that combines The Simpsons and like episode 1 of Star Wars, you know, like the Force takes
or the fact that I can like watch like old cartoons of like X-Men and all these properties, but then I'm also like, why do we shouldn't let this company have?
That's
so many
what I'm saying. It's like, oh, this is a really great Simpsons short, and while I'm watching it, I'm like, I'm entertained, but also kind of terrified.
They shouldn't own Marvel and Star Wars. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
and Fox,
but dude. Spider-Man Solo.
Well, here's the problem.
Chew Wolverine.
Here's the problem. I like these properties, and I think the MCU is great.
Luke
and I
Cage
think
Skywalker.
I think Star Wars Visions is probably a step in the right direction. That they're going to do more fun things with Star Wars.
Darth Strange.
Why are you still going? I've definitely brushed. That would be cool. Actually, that'd be a cool mashup.
Fucking thank you.
That's the one. The one.
What?
Honestly, it's the little music in the back that makes it.
Yeah, I know, because it's not like a clean drop. It's clearly pulled from the cartoon. Like, this is a clean one.
I'd lay down my life.
What's the other Skeletor one you have?
I could write a book about what you don't know.
He's like casting a spell.
Yeah, there's like a fucking fight going on in the background there. Like,
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Say what?
I was gonna say, don't press what because I will lose it.
All right.
Okay.
My point is, we need. This is big because I think that you're gonna. If this and you're right. I don't have a lot of hope for it. But I think this is going to be a step in the right direction. It's like, wait a minute, maybe we can't afford to have these mega corporations in the entertainment industry or really any industry, because then we're going to have to pay all these artists, all these people that contributed to us. And I'm sure that, there's some sort of legal situation.
Instead of doing the sensible thing and taking less money, the CEOs will keep taking the same amount of money.
Because you notice how CEOs
$70.
You notice how CEOs never take pay cuts ever. Which
I earned this position. Why?
Different level of things. You know why? Just the CEOs out there who clearly listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
To those CEOs out there, you know why Tom Brady has 7 rings? Because he took pay cuts to get better players. Mm-hmm. So maybe you guys should take pay cuts so you can afford to pay great writers and artists.
Have you heard about that long-haired hippie dude who's got the tech company, and he pays his he literally treats his employees like people should be treated, and he has no turnover whatsoever. He posts shit on Facebook. He gives his employees profit sharing and paid.
I'm not familiar.
Oh, he's I don't know his name.
I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna
just fucking do it.
What?
I want to hear the rest of that song.
No, that's the thing about fucking Masters of the Universe. They got a bitchin' soundtrack. All right, let's wrap the show up.
Yeah.
Let's get to Tyler's long box. All right, let's. We should not have this cool of a soundboard. We're fucking around with it way too much.
Whoa, okay. Tyler.
Dude, somebody is so fucking annoyed. If they managed to listen to hour 16 in.
If they've managed to listen to this song that long, you know how much we're going to give them?
You know what you've earned?
$1 million, bitch.
You knew where I was going.
We don't have that kind of money.
Tyler's long box.
So don't listen to this.
This week. So one of the most famous seminal, you could say, X-Men storylines ever is the Dark Phoenix saga from the 70s. And it was Chris Claremont and John Byrne and Terry Austin, and they literally reinvented the X-Men after being... Because people who don't know...
Wouldn't you need to read Giant X-Men first?
Giant
Giant X-Men
Size X-Men #1 was... I can't remember the writer. I think it was Dave Cockrum.
I thought it was Claremont.
No, Claremont didn't come on until after... Claremont might have started.
Anyway,
regardless,
the original Phoenix saga,
right? But the X-Men got canceled at a certain point. Okay, back in the 60s and 70s, and then they came back with this giant-size X-Men. It was them rescuing the original team and so on and so forth, and that led to the Dark Phoenix saga and all this other stuff. Now, eventually, Claremont took over and wrote the book for 30 years. Okay, so he's the X-Men guy. Okay, he made the X-Men who they are. Now, in the late 80s, they came out with this thing called Classic X-Men, and part of it was that a new series by Louise Simonson, Walt's wife.
Oh.
And I can't remember who drew it, but it was called X Factor, and it was the story of the Fantastic Four found Jean Grey's body at the bottom of Hudson Bay where the shuttle crashed. The retcon was that the Jean Grey who emerged from the wreckage was the Phoenix and not Jean Grey. It was an whatever. You know the whole story by now. So what they do is they start reprinting from the beginning of the new X-Men in the 70s, like that giant-size X-Men. They start and they're reprinting them. And at the back of every book, there's a 10 to 15-page story by John Bolton and Chris Claremont, and it fleshes out the story that you've just read. It's kind of like an exposition on, it's either a perspective from another character, or it's a story you've never heard before or seen before or whatever. But it was really cool because it allowed Claremont to kind of flesh out all that stuff, and especially when they get to the Dark Phoenix stuff, one of the stories was literally 15 pages of Jean Grey talking to the Phoenix while they were crashing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all it is, and the Phoenix is trying to convince her to, look, I will save your life, but you have to trust me.
Yeah.
and it, of course ends up being trapped under encased in lead at the bottom of Hudson Bay for like 20 years or whatever. Everybody thinks that she's dead. But it was a really cool series. I don't know if they ever collected all of those things together, but the art was beautiful. There was one where when they went to they were in the Shar Empire, and I can't remember who it was. I want to say Nightcrawler maybe, but he ends up it was Professor Xavier ends up going out and hanging out with this plumber, and she's an alien in the Shar Empire because Lilander's got shit to do, and he's like, he's the concubine, so he literally has nothing to do. And she takes him on this crazy fucking journey across this desert planet because he's got the hover chair, and it's a gorgeous story, brilliantly written, brilliantly drawn, and in the end, she teaches Xavier something that he never learned, that he didn't know, and becomes like something more than she really was in the first place. It's a great story. Anyway, a lot of them are like that.
Sorry, I had to clear my throat.
So check it out if you can find it. It's called Classic X-Men. After a certain point, they started reprinting the stories that I had started reading, and I was like, well, what? No. No.
Well, so for Jake Unlimited.
Jake Unlimited.
Yeah. All right, so
this could be our next meta-human album.
Just scatting for 5 minutes. Yeah. If we release that, then
no, we're gonna.
What?
The Grammy committee would be sitting up, pricking their ears up, going,
What?
We got to give them a Grammy.
I'll eat your ass.
All right, so he almost spit up his Coke.
They would also say that.
Yeah.
This is why,
$1 million, bitch.
this is why it's taking an hour.
I'm sorry.
This isn't a glee club.
So let's talk about Venom. The Let There Be Carnage coming out this week, obviously. I've been reading Donny Cates' run, at least the first 4 volumes. I haven't looked past that. I'll make sure my sound effect was off. Yeah, because I'm currently on Venom Volume 4, but I would recommend Donny Cates' run on Venom on a Comixology Unlimited, at least up to Volume 4. I just finished Volume 3, Absolute Carnage, so that's the one I'll recommend because it's a good lead-in. And then you could also get he's upstairs. You can also get Absolute Carnage. That is a thing that Donny Cates wrote with Ryan Stegman, and Stegman's art is just phenomenal.
Any word
also, all the art that's been on the Venom run, that was on the Venom run for Donny Cates, has been fucking superb.
Did you read any of the stories where he was hooked up with the Panda assassins?
The Secret Agent
It's
Venom?
the Flash Thompson. Yeah.
I never read the Secret Agent Venom stuff.
It was there's this one, and it's a mom and a son.
Yeah.
And they're like these big lovable pandas, but they're like the most deadliest beings in the universe. And it was just really fun to read. It was just really fun to read the stuff.
I should read Agent Venom because I've heard Agent Venom's really good.
Well, he joins the Guardians of the Galaxy at one point, and it's all like a lot of it is space.
Well, it's because he doesn't have legs, and the symbiote gives him legs and all that stuff.
It's an actual symbiotic relationship.
But Donny Cates takes over, but puts Venom back in the suit. It's actually a really interesting story because Donny Cates loves his fucking father-son stories. You learn more about Eddie Brock's relationship with his dad, how abusive his father was. It actually goes some really dark places, and it honestly kind of plays more as a horror book.
It kind of led into King in Black.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. It leads into that because it leads into Absolute Carnage. Then Absolute Carnage leads into King in Black, and there's Silver Surfer Black, which, by the way, that is a book.
Great book.
That is a book that I want to get in giant size. I rarely say I really want a physical one, but I want that fucking book because the art is just unbelievable in that book.
Yeah.
But anyway, Donny Cates kind of changed the status quo on Venom. He does a lot of retcons. Some good, some bad. I have some bones to pick with it. But I think the reason he made the retcons was for Sony. Because this new series, it's over. He's not on it anymore. But it started in 2018 when the first movie came out.
Weird.
And I think it was designed in a way to it's still tied to Spider-Man. But I think what Donny Cates was kind of what he had to do was let Venom stand on his own. So he kind of changes his origin a little bit and kind of retcons some things, which is fine. It's whatever.
Whatever.
But anyway,
man.
it's a really good book. The writing's great. He also adds a new character called Sleeper, a new symbiote. But it does in a cool way. It really does tie into all the other Venom like miniseries. It's still not all of them, but like Lethal Protector, things like that. It has a way to tie to it. And I'm on volume 4, Venom Island, and that's where you had that Lego figure you gave me. There's a T-Rex. That's where it shows up. Is in that storyline.
I know.
Cause you got the comic with it.
No, I bought the comic before the set came out.
Yeah.
But I have the variant cover. It's a wraparound. I can't remember who, but it's black and white, and it's just the big fucking T-Rex, Venomized T-Rex. Like,
cool.
It's fucking cool.
Oh, the art in these Venom books are fucking amazing. So good, especially the fucking Silver Surfer Black.
My problem is that I bought because Mayhem they'll keep 2 or 3 issues back, on the stands. So I saw Venom and it looked really good to me, and I had read the previous storyline, which was Agent Venom, and I liked it. I didn't realize it was Eddie Brock again, so I bought 3 or 4 issues at once. But then I kept forgetting where I was.
Yeah.
So after buying the same issue once, that I already had, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to figure this out. So I just stopped reading Venom because then King in Black happened, and I don't do crossovers.
Yeah, that's the thing that worries me because I do want to read King in Black because I'm pretty sure it's on Comixology Unlimited. I think pretty much all of Donny Cates' Venom stuff.
I got a couple of the King in Black one shots, and I fucking hate when they do that because it's subpar. It's subpar shit to get you part with your money. Oh, well, this is a story that you might not have known about the King in Black saga. No, it's a $5 piece of shit that you got me to fucking.
So anyway, yeah, check out Donny Cates' Venom run on Comixology. At least the first 4 volumes I saw were available if you have that subscription. And then you can also check out Absolute Carnage to get you geared up. It's almost like they planned that, right? It's almost like they put these things on Comixology Unlimited.
That's fucking weird.
When a movie comes out. Weird. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to this episode. I was going to say watching, but we don't have video.
Watching the video.
Watching the video.
Licking the balls.
Dealing with our shit,
Yeah, shit.
So we're going to probably Monday we will have the Let There Be Carnage review up for you. It will be spoilerific, spoiler-filled, so if you should probably see the movie before, or if you don't give a shit about it, listen to it, whatever you want. How do you feel about the title, Let There Be Carnage?
Yeah.
I like it.
Again, Carnage is not my favorite character. He's kind of...
Could have used Absolute Carnage or Maximum Carnage, but they went Let There Be
Just take
Carnage.
a definitive adjective and put it before Carnage, and you got a new
Some
fucking
Carnage. A little bit of Carnage. A lot of Carnage.
basic Carnage.
What?
So thanks so much for listening to another episode, and we'll be back. This is episode...
Just a tiny bit of hair of Carnage.
Yeah, just a little skosh.
Just a pinch.
Little bit of Carnage.
I'd lay down my life.
I would too, dog. So we'll be back very soon with our Venom review. And in the words of the immortal Stan Lee, I think that's a show, everybody.
And that's it.